The new $2.2 trillion HEROES Act that I've been talking about over the last few days just passed the House. This is great news, right? We should celebrate. Wrong. This is actually really bad. So please stick with me through this video and I'm going to explain why this is actually not a good thing. I wanted to quick create this video before you potentially see other titles and videos that are clickbaiting here on YouTube and make you think that this is actually good. Unfortunately, it is not. This is actually bad news. But as always, I want to quick clarify, yes, this video pertains to everybody, including Social Security, retirement, to disability and survivors, SSI, supplemental security income, VA, RRB, low income, no income. Everybody's included. But hey, if you're new, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm your daily advocate for all the categories of people I just listed. All right, let's get right into this. I'm going to briefly go through what was just released, the things that were said by these key people, and then I'm going to jump into why this is not a good thing. All right, so as you noticed, I didn't even have time to throw on one of my fancy shirts. I'm literally, Corey and I were just like sitting around doing our nightly routine, and it's like, oh my gosh, I need to quick make a video to look out for all my people. So anyway, sorry about that. I digress for just a minute. So like I said, this is this new $2.2 trillion HEROES Act, the revised HEROES Act that I've been talking about over the last couple days. So here's the deal. It passed the House 214 to 207. In fact, 18 Democrats even crossed party lines to vote against this. That's surprising. Typically, Democrats have been supporting all of this. There were 14 Democrats that went across party lines back in the original HEROES Act and voted against that. Now we have 18 voting against it. So, but it just passed this evening, so today being Thursday. As Nancy Pelosi was leaving the House floor, she said, there will be no agreement between her and Steve Mnuchin Thursday night. This is Thursday night right now. But she said, however, talks will continue. She also went on to say that she was headed back to her office to review the counteroffer submitted by Steve Mnuchin. So she's going back to check it out. That's that $1.6 trillion counteroffer that Steve Mnuchin offered to her yesterday, Wednesday. So Republicans said that it is up to Nancy to counteroffer the $1.6 trillion counteroffer that Steve Mnuchin presented her with yesterday. So it's frustrating. All right. There's actually a lot in these packages that they agree on, a lot of which that they agree on, including those stimulus checks, another round of PPP. They also agree. I mean, they agree on a lot of different things here. I'll just tell you what they don't agree on. What they mostly do not agree on is funding for state and local government. As I said the other day, in Nancy Pelosi's this revised HEROES Act, they had in there roughly $436 billion for state and local government funding. However, in the counteroffer by Republicans, or Steve Mnuchin, his counteroffer, he has $250 billion in there for state and local. So they're basically off by about $180 billion. I mean, when we're talking about 2.2 trillion or 2 trillion, I mean 180 billion, but I mean that's like a major sticking point. It's been a major sticking point throughout this entire negotiation process over the last several months. Another one is unemployment. The unemployment benefits, that's another huge sticking point, which again, Democrats wanted at the rate of $600, whereas Republicans are proposing in their counteroffer $400. So unfortunately, all of us are going to continue suffering while they continue to play their political game. So here's why this is so bad. So I wanted to run through all those little points there, but here's why this is so bad. Republicans, the negotiators of the Republican Party, Steve Mnuchin, as well as Mark Meadows, they've made it very clear they will not support a bill with a price tag of $2 trillion or more, as well as Mitch McConnell in the Senate. He has made it very clear they will not support a bill of $2 trillion or more. Well, guess what? This bill that they just passed this evening, Thursday, just now, just like not that long ago, has a price tag of $2.2 trillion. Here's why this is so bad. We wanted Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin, as I've been saying in my last videos over the last couple days, we want them to come up with an agreement, a verbal agreement between the two that they can go back and present to their parties. Steve Mnuchin primarily being Mark Meadows and President Trump. We wanted them to take it back to their parties, get approval from the negotiating teams on both sides here before they present it to the House for voting. Now that the House has voted and passed this, great. It sounds good that we got a pass, right? It doesn't really matter. If we don't get both chambers and a signature from the president to support it, it doesn't matter if the House passes it. I mean, who cares? That doesn't matter at all. It needs to be passed by everybody and ultimately get a signature from the president. So, okay, so yeah, you know what? They passed it. Who cares? It's great. It's passed, but now it's going to go to the Senate, and the Senate is going to deny it immediately. They're not even going to entertain it because it still has that price tag of $2.2 trillion. So this is incredibly frustrating. Like I said earlier, Nancy and Steve Mnuchin continue to, they plan on continuing negotiations. However, the fact that this simply passed the House is really not good. Not only that, tomorrow's Friday. They plan on leaving on recess tomorrow, after tomorrow. That's it. They're leaving after that. Even though, what was it, maybe 2 weeks ago or so, Nancy Pelosi was out and made a statement saying nobody is leaving until we have a stimulus deal. Well, guess what? The House, I mean, I bet they're already heading to the airport. They're probably already on their way to the airport, going home sweet home, because they don't really care and they want to get back to their district so that they can campaign for the next few weeks right before the election. So their recess technically starts tomorrow. And then they go back, they leave for a month, and they do not return until after the election unless they are called back for an emergency vote on some kind of stimulus. So this is incredibly frustrating. Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin have literally done nothing. They continue to argue back and forth. They've apparently accomplished nothing. They've talked on the phone and in person for these meetings over the last couple of days for anywhere between, 30 minutes, 50 minutes, 90 minutes, not much. I mean, there's 24 hours in a day. Why are they only spending 50 minutes or 90 minutes negotiating? They should be locked in a room and they should not be allowed out until they have a deal. I mean, this is a perfect instance where they need to come together. They both need to suck up their pride, swallow their ego a little bit and come together on a deal. Clearly, they have no idea what's going on in Main Street America because so many Americans are struggling right now. I mean, clearly they haven't watched this channel or read through the comment section, because if they did, they could read 10 comments and realize that people are really, really struggling. So you can probably tell I'm frustrated. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. The simple fact that they were supposed to have something done this week, tomorrow's Friday, of course. They could possibly get something done tomorrow, but considering it already passed the House and probably the House of Representatives, all those people, they're probably, like I said, they're probably already on the way to the airport. They're heading out of here. They're once again, they're flying off into the sunset, like I said a month ago, flying off into the sunset, giving the American people the finger because, clearly they don't really care. So either way, I wanted to give you guys this video to give you an update and tell you that this is actually not good. Not good that it passed the House. Even though you're probably going to see a whole bunch of videos just inundating YouTube right now saying that this is great. Yeah, finally passed. Yeah, you're right. It's passed, but it's not good. So anyway, I'll catch you again tomorrow. I'm still looking out for you guys, and I'll give you another update tomorrow morning. But I hope you have a good night. I'm always here for you. And yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you later.